Hey guys, it's CJ and welcome back to another episode of Trucking with CJ. Previously, I did an episode where I showed you what I packed in my bag leading up to a massive trip I did in the truck. So this episode is showing you me unpacking it and how I placed everything inside the truck. So here I'm landing in Melbourne and driving out to meet the truck in Mount Waverley. Later in the episode, I'll show you a week later once I was in Perth.
Alright, so I've just got in the truck. It's gorgeous. Nice to be back behind a big bonnet again after a little break. So I guess now we just start unpacking. This is a 36-inch bunk, so there's no cupboards. Fairly decent sized fridge underneath the bed, but no real space to put my suitcases, so we'll have to be a bit creative. First, we've got to make the bed. So I bring all my own bedding. I like to keep it consistent, and I decided to bring flannelette bed sheets for this one because we're going to be in some cold nights.
Okay, listen, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I do feel very insecure about how much I pack, but let me explain to you why I pack these things. I pack my own bedding to make the bed as nice as possible because I like to keep things consistent. I'm traveling all the time. I'm either at home, I was on mine sites, or I'm sleeping in trucks. So if I can keep something consistent like the bedding, it makes a world of difference for quality of sleep. So I always make sure that I have good quality bedding, the same kind of bedding that I have on my bed at home, the same style of quilt, and the same pillow. So although it might look excessive, it might look a little bit silly, having a good night's sleep is so imperative to my health. So it just makes a world of difference having those creature comforts in the back like that. Now, if you watched my last video, you would have seen about the packing cells and how why I put things in different ones. So here you can see they're all different colors. It just means like packing them, I can take things out of my suitcase and put them in the truck, and then that way I'm making more space for myself. I'm not having to open my suitcase every time I end the day I need to go and have a shower. I just have put things strategically in little places just to make it a little bit easier for myself. And then here you can see that the suitcases pack into each other, and then I was able to put them in the trailer out of the way. I use all Outback bags. They're an Australian brand and they have worked really well for me over the last year or so. So that's awesome. And then, just grabbing the other bag that I'll explain a little bit later of what that is. Okay, what I pack in my fridge. So this is what works for me. I'm trying to get better every day, but this is what's working at the moment. I love Muscle Chef meals. They're super easy to heat up in my little oven that I connect to my little cigarette lighter. So about half an hour to an hour before I park up, I chuck them on, and then that way once I'm parked there, I've got a warm meal. I then love veggie sticks with hummus. I'm talking carrots, cucumbers, baby tomatoes. Blueberries are super easy to eat. My little yogurt pouches are great. Cheese and crackers are also super easy to eat on the run. I've got mandarins and an avocado. Okay, so I did a video packing everything when I was at home, and I thought I'm just resorting everything in the truck because I've got some time. So I'll show you how it all works in the truck. So I find packing cells incredibly helpful. So this one, for example, this is the clothes I'm going to wear in Darwin when I'm not working. So this can just go sit up here in the cupboard. This here is a spare towel. I bought 2 for the trip. That goes up there. This is what I like to call my Lululemon bag. If I'm not in work clothes, you typically can find me in Lulus. So I've got like some just long sleeve tops, some singlets, leggings, and jumper. So this is just like my casual clothes, I guess, casual clothes bag. That keeps that separate. Let's put that up the top. What's that there? Underwear and socks. That's there. And then this one here is work clothes. So work pants, jeans, work shirts. Oh, I've got a couple casual clothes in here. And then work jumper. So we'll just zip that on. In that cupboard. Now, this here is my shower bag. In there I have a towel. which by the way, last night I went into the shower and I forgot to take that, so that was incredibly embarrassing. This is my dirty laundry bag. Thanks Red Bull for that one. So I take that, like, yes, dirty laundry, and then this is my delicates dirty laundry bag as well, so that when I get to anywhere that I can wash, I can throw that in. Everything just stays in there and you don't have to worry about underwear or socks falling out or getting stolen or whatever. And then this I just empty in there. That's jeans and t-shirts. So that just sits down at the end of the bed like that. This here is my electronics bag, and I didn't film this when I was packing, but I have all my cords and cables, all my hard drives, extra batteries, everything like that. So that sits all in nice little compartments that can get zipped up like that. That sits over here. So I've got my electronics, I've got the drone up here, and here's just easy to grab things like beanies, hats, hairbrush. That actually got there. That's my little Osmo hat, sits in here. And then here I just have easy to access pajamas or like sleeping stuff. It's been really cold across the Nullarbor and Victoria, so jumper and trackies, or in the warmer climates I have some Peter Alexander shorts. So they have just been sitting here, easy to access. And then here I have a little bag. So this one here is, again, Lululemon. And in here I just have like my earbuds, chapstick, lip balm, some tissues, and the fuel card and everything. So I just hook this over the front seat, and then that way, if I need to access it, I can just reach back and grab that. Oh, the toiletries bag that I said, this is like, everything just sits so easily in it. I can access things really easy. I don't have to unpack the whole bag to get things, which is what I found an issue with the other bags, was that to access anything you had to kind of pull everything out. But if I pack it correctly, everything is just in there, very snug and easy to access. Then I put this over here. So everything, all of this here, all of this was in those suitcases, and the suitcases are actually empty now and sitting in a trailer. I also have down here's a bag. In this bag I have a little oven. So this is what I heat my Muscle Chef meals up in, so hot dinners. I'll put that on now. I also have, sitting over here because I use it for, this is my jet boil, and this is awesome. This is what I boil my water in. I can make soups, I can make cups of tea. So we'll put that in here. Big water bottle, toilet paper, wet wipes, all your easy to access stuff sits behind the driver's seat. In this bag.
And it was at that moment that my camera went flat, and then I forgot to finish off the episode. As always, seems to be a running thing I'm doing lately, but that's okay. So in that last bag, we did have just like the non-perishable items of food, so your tea, coffee, and those kind of things. But once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope I have kind of given you a little bit more insight into what it's like inside the truck cab. We have some really exciting episodes coming. There is about 3 episodes for that whole trip that will be released in hopefully the next week. But as always, thanks so much for your support. Any questions, leave them in the comments. See you soon. Bye.